Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins All World. If you're someone who's fascinated by the world of rare coins, then you're in for a real treat today. We're about to uncover the surprising value of a coin you might think is too small to be worth anything. Yes, we're talking about the 1990 Roosevelt dime. You might be thinking, a dime? That's just 10 cents. But wait until you hear how this seemingly modest coin could be worth much more than you'd expect. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll see just why the 1990 Roosevelt dime is one of those hidden treasures that could surprise you with its value. First, let's take a look at the history of the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, to honor his memory and his dedication to public service. The obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Roosevelt, facing left, designed by artist John R. Sinek. On the reverse side, you'll see an image of a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength, respectively. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has become an iconic symbol of American currency. Now, let's focus on the 1990 version of this dime. While the design of the coin has remained consistent for decades, certain years and specific coins stand out because of their condition or the rare features they might have. When it comes to the 1990 Roosevelt dime, there are a few things that set it apart and make it a must-have for serious collectors. First and foremost, the condition of a coin is one of the most important factors when determining its value. You might have a 1990 Roosevelt dime that looks pretty ordinary, but if it's been well preserved, you could be sitting on a valuable coin. Most dimes that have been in circulation show signs of wear, including scratches, discoloration, and the erosion of fine details. This is perfectly normal for coins that have been used over the years, but if you find one in exceptional, uncirculated condition, free of any blemishes or marks, it will undoubtedly be worth more than its face value. If you've been collecting for a while or have a keen eye for details, you'll know that coins that are well maintained or preserved can fetch a higher price because they are rare. Uncirculated coins are harder to find and much more valuable because they haven't been subjected to the everyday wear and tear that most circulating coins endure. A 1990 Roosevelt dime in excellent condition could catch the eye of collectors who are looking to complete their collections with high-quality coins, but there's another factor that can significantly boost the value of the 1990 Roosevelt dime: minting errors. These are the mistakes that occur during the production process, and they can make a coin incredibly rare and desirable. Minting errors can happen in a variety of ways, including doubling of the design, misaligned strikes, off-center strikes, or even wrong planchets, where the wrong type of metal is used for the coin. When it comes to the 1990 Roosevelt dime, certain errors could make this coin worth far more than the typical dime you find in circulation. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing part of the design to appear doubled or overlapping. If you come across a 1990 Roosevelt dime with a double die error, you've just found a rare piece that could be worth much more than the 10 cents it was originally minted to be worth. Other minting errors, such as off-center strikes, also add rarity and uniqueness to the coin, making it extremely valuable to collectors who specialize in error coins. Another reason collectors might be after the 1990 Roosevelt dime is due to the rarity of coins from certain years or mints. Although millions of these dimes were minted in 1990, not all of them were saved or kept in good condition. As the years go by, coins that were once part of everyday transactions become harder to find in pristine condition. The 1990 Roosevelt dime, in particular, has become somewhat of a prized find for those searching for coins from the late 20th century that still retain their original beauty and sharp details. So, what kind of value are we talking about when it comes to the 1990 Roosevelt dime? While most dimes are worth just 10 cents, a well-preserved 1990 Roosevelt dime, or one with a minting error, can fetch a much higher price in the marketplace. In fact, collectors have been known to pay as much as $30,000 for a single 1990 Roosevelt dime that is in outstanding condition or features a rare minting error. That's right, $30,000 for a 10-cent coin. This is a perfect example of how a simple, everyday coin can turn into a valuable piece of history when the right conditions align. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these valuable dimes, it's a good idea to get it appraised by a professional or a coin dealer who can help you determine its true worth. With so many fakes and replicas out there, having an expert assess your coin is the best way to ensure you're not missing out on a hidden treasure. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1990 Roosevelt dime that could be worth a fortune? First, check the condition, look for signs of wear, discoloration, and any minting errors. A dime that's been kept in pristine condition is much rarer than a worn one, and error coins are always in demand. Once you've examined your coin, consider getting it graded by a professional service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, to get an official assessment of its condition and value. In conclusion, the 1990 Roosevelt dime is much more than just a typical 10-cent coin. With its historical significance, the possibility of minting errors, and the rarity of finding one in exceptional condition, this small coin could hold incredible value. Whether you're a collector looking to add a unique piece to your collection or you've just found one of these hidden gems in your change jar, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than you ever expected. Today, we're diving into the world of one of the most familiar and iconic coins in the United States, the 2007 Roosevelt dime. You may be thinking, it's just a dime, what could it possibly be worth? But trust me, you'll be shocked to learn just how much this 10-cent coin can be worth today, especially when you consider its rarity, condition, and the unique factors that make certain 2007 dimes highly sought after by collectors. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be thinking twice before you casually toss a 2007 dime into your pocket change jar. Let's start by taking a closer look at the history of the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, designed by artist John R. Sinek to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. This coin is one of the longest-standing designs in American coinage and features Roosevelt's left-facing portrait on the obverse. The reverse side features a symbolic torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. For over 70 years, the design has remained relatively unchanged, making it one of the most iconic coins in U.S. currency. Now, let's focus on the 2007 Roosevelt dime. While many coins that were produced in this year may not stand out as particularly valuable, there are certain factors that make the 2007 Roosevelt dime special. As with any coin, its value is largely determined by its condition. Most dimes that were released into circulation over the years show wear from everyday use, meaning that the details of the design are often worn down or scratched. However, the 2007 Roosevelt dime is still relatively young in terms of circulation, so some examples remain in excellent condition. Coins in exceptional, uncirculated condition are significantly rarer than those that have been used for transactions, which is one of the main reasons collectors are so eager to get their hands on dimes in pristine shape. What's even more interesting is that certain dimes from the year 2007 have been found to possess minting errors, which can make them incredibly valuable. Minting errors are rare occurrences that happen during the coin production process. They can result in misstrikes, double strikes, or design flaws that make a coin different from its intended design. And these mistakes can drive the value of the coin through the roof. For example, you might come across a 2007 Roosevelt dime that has been struck with a double die error, meaning that the coin has been struck twice, causing the design to appear blurry or overlapped. Such errors are incredibly rare and can make a coin much more valuable than a standard example. Another minting error that can occur is an off-center strike, where the design is not properly aligned with the edge of the coin. This type of error can give the coin a unique look, and collectors who specialize in error coins are always on the lookout for these rare finds. Another thing to consider is the mintage numbers for the 2007 Roosevelt dime. While millions of these coins were produced, the condition and specific characteristics of each coin determine how much it could be worth. For example, a dime from the 2007 series that was carefully stored and has remained in top-notch condition can command a higher price due to its scarcity. As more and more time passes, coins from this era become less common, especially in high grades. That's why collectors are so eager to collect coins from specific years, like 2007, to complete their sets with high-quality specimens. So, what makes the 2007 Roosevelt dime really stand out in the coin collecting world? It all comes down to rarity and condition. With fewer and fewer dimes from this year being found in perfect condition, the 2007 Roosevelt dime is becoming more and more desirable. As a result, it can fetch some surprising prices at auctions or private sales, especially if you're lucky enough to have one with a minting error or an extremely low mintage. These coins are worth much more than their face value, and for the right collector, they could be a real treasure. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, how much is the 2007 Roosevelt dime really worth? Well, if you have one of these dimes in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you've managed to find one with a minting error like a double die or off-center strike, you could be sitting on a coin worth $28,000. Yes, you heard that right, $28,000 for a single dime. This just goes to show that even the smallest coins, when found in the right condition or with rare features, can be worth a small fortune. If you think you might have a 2007 Roosevelt dime that could be worth this much, don't just hold on to it and hope for the best. It's a great idea to get your coin professionally graded by a service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. These services will evaluate the condition of your coin and give it an official grade, which can help determine its true value in the marketplace. Once your coin is graded, you can better understand its worth and whether it's a valuable collector's item. In conclusion, the 2007 Roosevelt dime might seem like a simple, low-value coin at first glance, but if you look a little deeper, you'll see that it has the potential to be worth far more than its face value. Whether it's due to its exceptional condition, a rare minting error, or the simple fact that it's becoming harder to find, the 2007 Roosevelt dime is one that's worth keeping an eye on. If you have one in your collection or come across one in your change, be sure to check it carefully. You might just have a small fortune in your hands. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most iconic and sought-after coins in American history, the 1975 Roosevelt dime. When most people think of dimes, they likely just think of a simple 10-cent coin. However, the 1975 Roosevelt dime is anything but ordinary. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this dime could be worth, especially when it's in the right condition. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. His legacy, particularly his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, made him a national hero, and the Roosevelt dime was created to immortalize his contributions. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the coin features a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse, while the reverse displays a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. While the design has remained remarkably consistent over the years, today we're focusing specifically on the 1975 version of the Roosevelt dime. The 1975 Roosevelt dime may not be the first coin that comes to mind when you think of valuable pieces of U.S. currency, but this particular year carries a story of rarity, and finding one in exceptional condition can be a real game-changer for collectors. Now, let's talk about the important details that can make the 1975 Roosevelt dime stand out from the rest. The value of a coin is primarily determined by its condition, and as you can imagine, most dimes that were minted and circulated in 1975 have seen their fair share of wear and tear. Over time, the once sharp features of the coin, Roosevelt's portrait and the intricate design elements on the reverse, become worn down, scratched, or faded. But here's the thing, finding a 1975 Roosevelt dime in perfect, uncirculated condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Coins that have been well preserved over the years are far rarer than those that have been circulating in people's pockets or used in daily transactions. If you happen to come across a 1975 Roosevelt dime that has been carefully stored and maintained in uncirculated condition, you're already looking at a coin with a significantly higher value. Coins that are in uncirculated or near mint condition are highly sought after by collectors because they represent a piece of history that has been preserved almost exactly as it was when it was first minted. These dimes are no longer just worth 10 cents, they can command impressive prices in the market, but it doesn't end there. Another factor that can dramatically increase the value of the 1975 Roosevelt dime is the possibility of a minting error. Minting errors are essentially mistakes that occur during the production process, resulting in coins that don't match the intended design. For example, you might come across a 1975 dime with a double strike error, where the coin was stamped more than once, creating a blurry or overlapping design. Other errors could include misaligned strikes, where the design is off-center, or even coins struck on the wrong planchet, where the metal composition of the coin is incorrect. These minting errors make the coin incredibly unique, and collectors go wild for error coins because they're one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the rest. If you have a 1975 Roosevelt dime with a minting error, you could be holding something worth a lot more than just 10 cents. In fact, minting errors are highly coveted, and they can easily increase the coin's value by thousands of dollars. When it comes to the 1975 Roosevelt dime, there is another reason why it holds significant value in the world of coin collecting: the rarity of high-quality specimens. While millions of dimes were minted in 1975, most of them saw heavy circulation and have been heavily worn down over the years. Coins that have been stored in pristine condition are far rarer, and that rarity is what drives the price up. If you find a 1975 Roosevelt dime that's in excellent shape, especially if it shows no signs of damage or heavy wear, it's safe to say that you've got a gem on your hands. So, what exactly is the 1975 Roosevelt dime worth? While the standard 10-cent value is still there for most of these coins, a well-preserved, uncirculated 1975 Roosevelt dime can be worth a significant amount of money. And if you're fortunate enough to own a 1975 Roosevelt dime that features a rare minting error, you could be sitting on something truly special. In fact, a 1975 Roosevelt dime in excellent condition or with a minting error could be worth an impressive $38,000. That's right, $38,000 for a single dime. When you think about it, it's incredible how a small coin, like a 10-cent dime, can carry such a huge potential value. It goes to show that sometimes, the most unassuming pieces of currency can hold hidden treasures, especially when they're rare, well-preserved, or have unique features like minting errors. So, if you happen to come across a 1975 Roosevelt dime, be sure to take a close look. Inspect the condition, check for any minting errors, and if you think it's a rare find, consider having it professionally graded by a coin grading service. A professional assessment can help determine the true value of your coin and help you get the most out of your treasure. To sum it all up, the 1975 Roosevelt dime may seem like an ordinary, everyday coin, but when you dig deeper, you'll see that it has the potential to be worth a lot more than just 10 cents. Whether it's due to its pristine condition or the presence of a minting error, this dime could be one of the rarest and most valuable coins in your collection. So, next time you come across a 1975 Roosevelt dime, remember, it could be worth a small fortune. Today, we have something special to explore, one of the most famous and sought-after coins in U.S. history, the 1974 Roosevelt dime. You may think, it's just a dime, it's only worth 10 cents, but wait until you hear just how much this little coin could be worth. While most of us are used to seeing these dimes in our pocket change, the 1974 Roosevelt dime can fetch incredible amounts of money depending on its condition and certain rare features. Trust me, after watching this video, you might look at your pocket change in a whole new light. Let's begin with a bit of history on the Roosevelt dime. This coin was first introduced in 1946, shortly after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had led the nation through some of its most difficult times during the Great Depression and World War II. The U.S. Mint decided to honor Roosevelt's legacy by featuring his profile on the obverse side of the coin. The reverse features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, values that Roosevelt embodied during his presidency. Fast forward to 1974, and we find the coin that we're focusing on today, the 1974 Roosevelt dime. It's a coin that's often overlooked because it's so commonly found in circulation, but it holds immense potential for collectors who understand its true value. Most of us might have picked up a 1974 Roosevelt dime at some point, spent it, or thrown it in a drawer, thinking little of it. But as time passes, certain coins become more rare, and certain versions of the 1974 dime are actually worth quite a lot. So what makes the 1974 Roosevelt dime so special? First and foremost, we have to talk about its condition. As with most coins, the value is often tied to how well the coin has been preserved over time. A coin that's been circulating for decades is going to show signs of wear and tear. The image of Roosevelt on the obverse and the design on the reverse become worn down, and those sharp, crisp details that the coin originally had start to fade. Coins that have seen years of use in people's pockets, purses, and wallets typically suffer from scratches, discoloration, and other imperfections. However, when you come across a 1974 Roosevelt dime that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, you found something truly special. A coin that has been well maintained, stored properly, and kept safe from the ravages of circulation is worth much more than its face value. In fact, high-grade, uncirculated 1974 dimes are rare, and collectors go to great lengths to find them. Coins in excellent condition are always in high demand because they preserve the original beauty and detail of the coin, and they're hard to come by as time goes on, but there's more to it than just condition. For collectors, one of the most exciting things about coins is the possibility of minting errors. A minting error occurs when a coin is struck incorrectly, resulting in a design flaw or a unique feature that makes it different from a typical coin. Minting errors can include things like double strikes, where the coin is struck twice, creating a blurry or overlapping image, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned with the edge of the coin, or even coins struck on wrong planchets, meaning the metal used for the coin was incorrect. Minting errors are one of the primary reasons some 1974 Roosevelt dimes can be worth much more than others. If you come across a 1974 dime with a rare minting error, you could be holding a coin that is truly one of a kind. These coins stand out in a collection because they are different from every other coin that was minted that year. Collectors who specialize in minting errors will pay top dollar for these kinds of coins, and a rare mistake could drastically increase the value of the coin. Another aspect to keep in mind is the overall rarity of the 1974 Roosevelt dime in high-quality condition. While millions of these dimes were minted, not many have survived in uncirculated, pristine form. Coins that have been preserved in excellent condition are considered rarities, and that rarity is what makes them highly desirable to collectors. If you happen to have a 1974 Roosevelt dime that is in top condition, especially if it's a coin with no visible wear or damage, you could have something worth a lot more than just 10 cents. So, you're probably wondering, just how much could a 1974 Roosevelt dime be worth? If you're lucky enough to find one of these coins in uncirculated condition, or better yet, if you have one with a rare minting error or unique feature, you might be sitting on a small fortune. A well-preserved 1974 Roosevelt dime can be worth a significant amount, and if you have a rare variant, the value can soar. In fact, a 1974 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition or with a minting error could be worth a stunning $35,000. That's right, you could have a dime worth $35,000. It's incredible to think that a simple coin that you might casually overlook could hold such incredible value. For collectors, this is exactly the kind of find they dream of, and if you're lucky enough to come across one of these rare dimes, you could be holding a treasure worth far more than its face value. So, what should you do if you think you have a valuable 1974 Roosevelt dime? The first step is to carefully inspect it. Look for any minting errors, signs of wear, or unusual features that might indicate it's something special. If you think you found a rare coin, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable grading service. A professional grade can help determine its value and ensure that it's properly authenticated, which can help you get the best price if you decide to sell. To wrap it up, the 1974 Roosevelt dime is far more than just a 10-cent coin. With its potential for rarity, condition, and minting errors, this little dime could be a gold mine for collectors. If you've got one in your collection or happen to come across one, be sure to check its condition carefully. Who knows, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Today, we're diving into the world of the 1991 Roosevelt dime, a coin that you might not think twice about when you find it in your pocket change, but believe it or not, this dime could be worth much more than you might expect. If you're wondering how much a simple dime from 1991 could be worth, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at the potential value of this iconic coin. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had served as the 32nd President of the United States. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, and its obverse side features a portrait of Roosevelt, while the reverse side showcases a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. This design has remained relatively unchanged over the years, and the Roosevelt dime is now one of the most recognizable coins in American history. Fast forward to 1991, and you have the coin we're focusing on today, the 1991 Roosevelt dime. While millions of these dimes were minted that year, the coin stands out for its potential value in certain conditions. You see, just like with any other coin, the value of the 1991 Roosevelt dime isn't necessarily tied to its face value of 10 cents. Instead, its worth can vary greatly depending on its condition, rarity, and any unique features that might make it stand out from the rest. So, what makes the 1991 Roosevelt dime a potential treasure? Let's break it down. First and foremost, the condition of the coin plays a significant role in its value. Most of the 1991 dimes that were minted have seen plenty of circulation over the years. As a result, they're often worn down, scratched, and tarnished, hardly the kind of coin a collector would be interested in. Coins that have been circulating for years lose their sharp details, and their designs become less distinct. However, finding a 1991 Roosevelt dime in uncirculated or near-mint condition is where things get exciting. These coins are far rarer than you might think, as most dimes that were released into circulation have gone through the typical wear and tear of daily use. A coin that has been preserved in excellent condition, free from heavy scratches, discoloration, and other signs of damage, becomes highly desirable to collectors. Uncirculated dimes are significantly more valuable than those that have been used for years, and when you find a pristine 1991 Roosevelt dime, you could be looking at a valuable piece of history. But it doesn't stop there. There's another element to consider when talking about the potential value of the 1991 Roosevelt dime: minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. These errors occur during the production process when a coin is struck incorrectly, resulting in unique characteristics that make the coin stand out from the rest. Minting errors can take many forms, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or even coins struck on the wrong type of metal. Coins with minting errors are highly prized by collectors because they are one of a kind and unlike any other coin in circulation. For example, a 1991 Roosevelt dime with a double strike error might feature a blurry or overlapping design, which is a result of the coin being struck twice. Or perhaps you could find a coin with a misaligned strike, where the image appears off-center on the coin, giving it an unusual look. Minting errors make the coin even more unique, and they are highly sought after in the collecting community. If you happen to come across a 1991 Roosevelt dime with such a minting error, its value could skyrocket. Another reason the 1991 Roosevelt dime is worth noting is its relative rarity in top-tier condition. While millions of these dimes were produced, coins that remain in perfect, uncirculated condition are far fewer. As time goes on, coins that have been kept in pristine condition become increasingly rare and are considered more valuable. Even small differences in the quality of a coin's finish or the clarity of its design can make a significant difference in its market value. The higher the grade, the more desirable the coin becomes to collectors and investors alike. Now, let's get to the good part. How much is the 1991 Roosevelt dime actually worth? While most dimes from this year are still worth just 10 cents, a 1991 Roosevelt dime in uncirculated or near mint condition can be worth far more than its face value. But if you happen to have a 1991 Roosevelt dime with a rare minting error or in exceptional condition, you could be holding a coin that commands an impressive price. In fact, a 1991 Roosevelt dime with the right features or in the right condition could be worth an astounding $33,000. That's right, $33,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe, isn't it? A coin that's so commonly seen in our daily lives could actually be worth such a large amount of money. But that's the beauty of coin collecting. The value of a coin isn't always tied to its face value. Instead, its rarity, condition, and unique features can turn it into a true treasure. So, if you happen to have a 1991 Roosevelt dime in your collection or come across one in your pocket change, take a moment to inspect it closely. Check for any signs of wear, any minting errors, and look at the overall condition. If you think it might be worth more than just a dime, consider getting it professionally graded. A professional assessment will help you understand the true value of your coin and might just reveal a hidden gem. To wrap things up, the 1991 Roosevelt dime is far more than just a 10-cent coin. Whether it's due to its pristine condition, the presence of a minting error, or its rarity, this little dime could be worth thousands of dollars. If you happen to find one of these rare dimes in excellent condition or with an error, you could be holding a valuable piece of American history. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed learning about the 1991 Roosevelt dime and its potential value, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest coin discoveries. Happy hunting, and as always, happy collecting.